Howdy YouTube, this is Steven, and I'm back with another lyrical analysis. This time I'll be analyzing the song Hotel Lobby by Utada Hikaru. And this lyrical analysis was requested by YouTube user LV90047 space period. So thanks a lot for the request, LV. And before I begin, I just want to point out that the song Hotel Lobby, Utada Hikaru has some quotes in reference to Hotel Lobby, the song. But I will read those quotes after I finish my lyrical analysis. So with that being said, here we go. She rises with the sunset. Okay, so it sounds like we're talking about a woman, and I'm guessing she gets out of bed when the sun sets, perhaps? Alright. She wonders, quote unquote, when will this end? So it sounds like she is in some type of a situation that she wants to come to an end. Okay, alright. I know we all been there, I'll tell you that. Alright, next lyrics. The world is full of money, full of money. Ain't that the truth? But that money don't ever seem to flow to me, I'll tell you that. But yes, the world is full of money. And perhaps if you work really hard or you luck out, you might get some of that money. Alright, next lyrics. She goes out unprotected. Okay, alright. So it sounds like she is not wearing a bulletproof vest whenever she goes out, perhaps. Maybe. Alright, let's see what else is popping off here. She doesn't listen to her best friend. Okay, so it sounds like this woman, she's like, at odds with her best friend or in disagreement with her best friend. And, sometimes that happens, But if she's your best friend, then perhaps you should take her her advice into consideration, maybe. But let's see what else this song is about, or talking about. It's only for the money, for the money, for the money. So whatever this woman is doing, it's only for the money. She's only in it for the money. Okay. Sometimes it's like that, though. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do to get some money, I've worked some crappy jobs, and I'm just like, hey, I'm in it for the paycheck. I got to get the paycheck somehow and pay my bills, But let's see what else this lady is about. Let's see what's up. She doesn't want to be respected. So what woman doesn't want to be respected? What woman, like, oh, I do not want to be I do not want to be respected. That's strange. Why would she not want to be respected? Don't we all, as human beings, want to be respected? Reality's her best friend. So I'm guessing that her best friend is, like, she changed best friends now, because her other best friend was, she wasn't listening to her other best friend, so now she has a new best friend called Reality, Or was Reality her best friend all alone? Wonder. But I'm going to assume that, Reality's her best friend now. Alright. Next lyrics. She needs the extra money. Extra money. Don't we all need some extra money? Don't we all? Don't we all? But sometimes it's tough to get some extra money. Heck, it's sometimes tough just to get the money. Shoot. In the city, the town, and the household, so many things go unreported. Yeah, that's true. You'd be surprised the stories that don't make the news. You really will. It's like, whoa, I didn't know that was going on in my town. I'm like, I think where I live, or, the area where I live, well, not the exact area, but at least the state where I live in, I think that it is, might be like a top place, one of the top places for human trafficking, perhaps. Um, Human trafficking in regards to like prostitutes, whether they're of age or underage. I believe so, but I'm not sure. But I think it might be somewhat of a popular place for that. You know, not anything to brag about, definitely, but it is, somewhat surprising to hear something like that. You're like, oh no, that doesn't happen. Where I live, I never see that. And that's true. You don't really ever see it. But I did work in the area at one point where, like, it was pretty much kind of like the unofficial red light district. It was like, strip clubs on every other corner, liquor stores on every other corner, sex shops on every other every other corner. Excuse me. As well, I believe that the area was like had a reputation for prostitution in the area, and I didn't know it at first, but some people pointed it out, and I was like, oh, well, I guess, oh wow, because they were just seeing some of the same women like in the same area, you know. And I know one time it was like really, really super, super cold outside. I'm talking like Arctic winds cold. And this lady, like, she had to have been a prostitute because no other woman would be dressed like she was dressed in this weather. Even if it wasn't in, extremely cold weather still. Like, but it's kind of surprising because usually you don't only see these people, like these type of people on television usually. You don't ever really see them in real life typically, you know. But back to the lyrics. So many things her eyes have seen, eyes have seen, eyes have seen. Yeah. you know, so far in this song, I'm not quite sure, what this one, what this woman is about. Although I have my theories, but so far, it's been hinted at, but it's never been explicitly stated so far. But yeah, I'm sure this woman has seen a lot of things. If I think she is in the line of work that I think she's in. All right, here's the chorus. Meet me in the hotel lobby. Everybody's looking lonely. Watch me as I walk in slowly. When your eyes met mine, it's in the mirrors of the hotel lobby. All right, here, she wants someone to meet her in the hotel lobby. Somewhere, somebody. For what? Maybe they're, having dinner, having some type of a business transaction. I wonder what could be popping off here in the hotel lobby. And, what is the class level of this hotel? Is this like, a Motel 6? Or is this like, the Hilton, the Paris Hilton, or the Hilton in Paris, And, she's walking in slowly, so she wants to make an entrance. Because she got to be the center of attention. And then when her eyes met, somebody's, it was like it happened in the mirrors in the hotel lobby. So I guess we got some mirrors in the lobby now, too. I wonder what that's about. All right, here is the second verse. This is not what she expected. All right, so it sounds like, she was thinking that it was going to go one way, but it ended up going another way. All right, and that always happens at one point or another. I'm like, what? I didn't think this was going to end up like this. All right, next lyrics. Her hopes, they stretch and they bend. So she has, I guess, long and bended hope. So I'm guessing she has hope, maybe. or her hope is kind of twisted. All right, I'm not sure. Next lyrics, wrinkled like paper money, paper money. I guess her hope is sort of like in a state of decline, maybe. It's kind of, or in a state of decay, maybe. It's like her hope is deteriorating, perhaps. That's sad. In the city, the town, in the household, so many things can be distorted. That's true. The media definitely can distort things. As well, sometimes the only way to get to know the true story is to really just investigate it yourself. So if you want a true life story, shout out to MTV. Bring money. Bring money. All right, so I'm guessing we gotta bring some money to somebody for to get a true life story, so we can understand, the things that have been distorted. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, all right, all right. Next, they do the chorus, and they do the chorus again. So I'm gonna skip it. Then they do the bridge, and the bridge is she's unprotected. She's unprotected. Oh, she's unprotected. She's unprotected. Oh. So apparently this woman is unprotected. In what way? I'm not sure. I have some ideas. I'm not sure though. But let's analyze the rest of these lyrics. Pretty much, the song just repeats the chorus, and then they kind of change up the chorus at the end a little bit. So I'll say that. Meet me in the hotel lobby. Everybody's looking lonely. Catch me because I think I'm falling. All right, so she wants someone to, catch her before she falls, or catch her when she's falling. So she wants someone to help her, I guess. And, next lyrics, I'll be waiting in the mirrors of the hotel lobby. So she'll be waiting there. So she is waiting for someone to help her, to take her out of this kind of like cycle. But what is the cycle that she's in? Because this song never explicitly states the cycle that she's in, or the situation that she's in. It kind of hints at it, but it never explicitly states the situation that she's in. However, I have some quotes from Utada Hikaru herself that will help clear up some things. So here goes the quotes. All right. And this is in reference to the song Hotel Lobby, obviously. All right. It's talking about a working girl. Well, a working gal, quote unquote. Now, for those of you who might not know, a working gal or a working girl is kind of like a phrase that refers to women who prostitute themselves. All right. Let me read the rest of the quote. One sec. In Japanese, if I had made a song like that, people would have said, quote unquote, oh my God, what is she saying? It's a bad influence for the kids. But in English, it's a storytelling process, and it's okay. Utada Hikaru. All right, so that was her first quote. So Utada is saying that this song is about a woman who is prostituting herself. She's selling herself to men for money. And, that definitely helps bring, some understanding to these lyrics. Because, she rises with the sunset. So she's about to go out at night, and, the world's full of money, of course. And she goes out unprotected. Now, that's not a smart thing to do. That's not a smart thing to do. She should try and just do some type of protection. Maybe she should carry condoms at least, and just be upfront with her customers. Well, ultimately, she shouldn't be doing it. I'll put it out there like that. But if you're gonna do it, then you should at least be safe about it, you know, because contracting an STD will definitely make life a lot worse than it already is for her, this woman. And she doesn't listen to her best friend, so I'm guessing her best friend might be trying to convince her not to do this, but then she's saying, it's only for the money, it's only for the money. This woman doesn't want to be respected, and she wants the extra money, and she just wants to get hers. She wants to get her money, but it's some things that you shouldn't put a price on. But then again, that's like when it comes to excuse me. Does a woman always have to be considered the victim in a situation like this? And what I mean by that is, like, could a woman just say, hey, this is what I want to do, and I'm not a victim. I enjoy what I do. Because there are women out there who kind of do that, but I guess it's not considered normal for a woman to want to do something like that. But let's see, like, there's guys who kind of do stuff like that. They're probably not as successful as women, but do people kind of look at them as victims? Like, oh wow, like we should help him, or he needs some help. Not really. Even though there are guys who do pretty much the same thing. But I guess it's just maybe like gender roles. Kind of, it goes back to, like, not necessarily a double standard, but just different expectations for different gender roles, or gender roles that we play in society, or for males and for females. And that's where all this probably comes from. And there's just like, a woman wouldn't want to do something like that, because there's sort of like an ideal image of what a woman should be, and that doesn't fall into the ideal image and idea. All right, there's another quote that I would like to read from Utada Hikaru in regards to this song. So here I go. All right. All through high school, I lived in hotels, and for me, hotels came to represent false appearances and isolation. That's interesting. Hotels for me kind of represent like vacation, are kind of like in more of like a maybe opulence, sort of like that, sort of like, oh, we're going to be in a hotel, and things are going to look good, depending on the hotel you're at. But I guess for me, I think of vacation, and being out of town, and things like that when I think of hotels. But considering what Utada Hikaru has been through, I can understand perhaps why she would think that, because she didn't have like a stable home environment, and that became her home environment, the hotels, and it was a false appearance because that's not her home environment, and she felt isolated because she was always from hotel to hotel, so she felt a sense of isolation as well. All right, here's the next part of the quote. In hotel lobby, the song, excuse me, the song, hotel lobby, I tell a story about a prostitute. When I became famous, I felt so overprotected and pampered and fussed about all the time that I fantasized about being unprotected, like the girl in the song. All right, so again, Utada Hikaru is saying that the song Hotel Lobby is about a prostitute. And because she was so overprotected and pampered once she became famous, like she wanted to be like that woman, like the prostitute. Hopefully in the general sense and not the literal sense, like, oh, I want to go out and like, do the same line of work that she does, but rather like, oh, I would like to have her, somewhat, carefree attitude and liberty, like her liberated attitude, like, whatever. I'm going to go out and I'm going to get mine. That type of attitude. Let's see. Here's the next part of the quote. I used to feel lost in a strange lifestyle that I couldn't escape from. So I guess that Hollywood scene, or rather just the entertainment industry in general, made her feel lost. Because she was just unfamiliar with it, and as well, she started to live out of hotels, and that represented false appearances, and she became and felt isolated because of that, and she felt like she couldn't escape from it. But she wanted to be like that woman because she felt that woman had the freedom that Utada Hikaru wanted. And here's the last part of the quote. So I can relate to this character, even though we have different lifestyles. Because perhaps they both do kind of have a common... I think they might both be in the same situation, though. This prostitute probably, she may feel trapped within her lifestyle, or feel lost in it, and feel that she can't escape from it. And that's just going to be her life from now on. And she may feel isolated, and she may feel that, the hotel represents sort of, excuse me, like false appearances. Perhaps, it's kind of strange who you can relate to, but that is the beauty of the human experience, because, there's so many things that can divide us, but there's also things that, all human beings go through. And this is one of those situations. But I think I've said all I have to say for the time being about this song. I've gone on for long enough, I think. So I won't take up too much more of your time. But, there's no music video for this song. It wasn't a single. And the song is, an English language song originally. And, so what do you guys think? Feel free to comment. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to give me a thumbs up. The feedback and the support is extremely, extremely appreciated. Until the next lyrical analysis, adios and goodbye for now.